gia nhập vào cái chơi này.
Ah, Mr. Marston, how are you?
Good, Miss McFarland. How are you?
I'm well. Would you mind riding with me to Armadillo? I've got to get some supplies and I could do with the company.
Of course.
You can take the reins. It wouldn't do for a terrifying bounty hunter such as yourself to be seen driven around by a woman. Hop on up, Mr. Marston. Let's just go. I don't want to keep Paul waiting. What exactly are you waiting for? Can we stop wasting time and get on with it, please? You're looking much better, considering you were almost buzzard food a couple days ago.
I have you to thank for that, miss.
I think we best stick to the road. So do tell me, have you needlessly risked your life since we last spoke?
No, miss, I have not.
Well, that's a relief. Perhaps there's hope for you yet.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Oh, there's always hope, Mr. Marston. You can't be a rancher in this kind of country if you don't believe that.
An admirable attitude, miss.
I suppose so. I can't think of any other way to stay sane, to be frank. What about you? Have you ever given up hope altogether?
Hope hasn't really entered into it. It's not really something I think about.
A peculiar outlook. I can't really say I understand you.
I can't always say I do either.
Oh, don't be so deliberately enigmatic.
I'm not, miss.
Yes, you are. You are being deliberately obscure as a substitute for having a personality.
I just know there are two theories to arguing with women, and neither one works.
I'm not even going to dignify that gibberish with a response. How well do you know New Austin?
I don't. We talked about coming down here many times, but never made it.
Who's we?
Me and the folks I used to work with. Yeah, New Austin. The last real outlaw country, where the old ways still hold true. Do a man wrong, he'll shoot you for it. Do a man right, well, he still may shoot you for it. But at least you have an idea of what's right and what's wrong there.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Marston. What dreadful novel did you get that romanticized drivel out of? Those days are long gone, if they were ever here at all. According to Paul, those days were just people shooting each other because they lost the cards. We'll be lucky. ranch survives another 5 years. Businessmen are the new cowboys. You look like a man who's been through the mill.
Thank you.
I mean, you've lived some life. I'm 27 years old and I have rarely left Hennigan's stead. Although many years ago we did briefly employ a French governess. Well, I think she was French. She said she was French, but she spoke Russian. That was when Paul thought I would become a lady.
A change of pasture doesn't always make for a fatter calf.
I know, and I wouldn't change my life for all the money in the world. I'm just saying, sometimes I wish I'd been, well, braver. Been to more places, seen more things. So this is Armadillo. Manhattan it is not, but it does okay for us. Most important thing for you right now is getting yourself into Dr. Johnson's office to purchase some medicine. The first one's on me.
Thank you, miss. I'll pay you back.
I'm sure you shall. The doc's a good fellow. He saved your life, so be polite to him. Meet me in front of the general store when you're done.
I wish I was dead.
It's excellent to see you today. Rattlesnake Fest.
Dear sir, hello.
I got stock of them electric belts if you need to lose weight.
Thank you kindly.
¿Cómo está? Take care of yourself. Get like one big grape.
Well, thanks for driving me. It was nice to be able to enjoy the view for once, and a little company never hurts now and again.
You're more than welcome, miss. Least I can do. Thank you for the medicine.
Why don't you have a look around Armadillo? You can always take a stagecoach back to the ranch later.
I might just do that. Travel safely, miss.
Try not to get yourself shot. I won't be around to save you this time.
You know, they're planning on building a rail junction of ways. Howdy, mister.
Hey, come on.
Sir, can I trouble you for a bottle of Baragon?
Bonjour, mister. Do you want to know what it is?
I'd empty your barrel.
Armadillo's still a great town.
I'm afraid I'm
Despite
married.
that damn gang.
We live in times of great change. Most of them are not the best.
That miracle tonic makes your chestnut.
Seems them damn Walton boys is getting bigger and badder.
Is that
A
right?
man like you
Well,
needs
well.
a woman like me.
Your eyes wander.
You will be safe.
Seems good to me.
Hello, handsome.
How's it going?
This gonna be quick.
He will send out his angels to destroy you. Remember the miracles. Heed the warnings. Repent.
Hello?
There is nobody.
What's the
Angels
rush
are
there?
coming to Armadillo to separate the wicked from the meek.
Sir?
He is my strength. His blood.
Blast you!
looking at it, guy. Come over here. You a tough guy, mister? I hope so. We gonna have a showdown.
I spent my
I
life
don't miss,
proving
mister.
fools like
Bear
you
that in
wrong.
mind.
That giant lion out of Hennigan's
Chưa biết chơi. Bye luôn. Yeah. Sao vậy? Bye.
Hello to you.
I'm so sorry.
Vừa hiểu em.
Mr. Marston, I've been hearing about your plans.
Have you, Miss McFarland?
Yes, from Lee Johnson, to settle here and build a life for yourself.
I'm afraid those aren't my plans. See, I already have a life. Well, I had one, and I'm trying to reclaim it. Or maybe what you could say is I had two, and I'm trying to end one of them so the other can survive.
You do so love to talk in riddles, Mr. Marston. Do you do that, I wonder, as a substitute for having anything interesting to say?
Probably, Miss McFarland.
Oh, call me Bonnie, you fool. Call me Bonnie.
Miss McFarland, I'm married. I have a son. I had a daughter, but she died. Years before that, I rode in a gang. We robbed banks, trains, held people ransom. We killed people we didn't like. Bill Williamson was in that gang. Now, if I don't capture my former brother in arms, great harm will befall my family. Now, I don't suppose any of this is very interesting to you, but I hope it explains why I wasn't so eager to talk about it.
No, I do understand. I had no idea. You poor man.
Even in this new country, memories don't really fade. My father was an illiterate Scot born on the boat into New York. He never saw his homeland, but to hear him talk about it, you'd imagine he only ever ate haggis and wore a kilt. And he hated the English for what they had done to his great-grandparents that he'd never met. People don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven.
That's true, especially when it comes to money. And you know, even now, after all his labors, my father's debts are still terrible. I worry every day about us losing the ranch. It would kill him.
My father died when I was 8 years old. His eyes were, well, let's just say he was blinded in a bar fight south of Chicago. My mother died during childbirth. She was a prostitute, and he was her, well, I don't know what he was. So I was sent off to an orphanage and ran away and fell in with a gang.
My word. What a difficult life you've lived.
The leader of the gang taught me how to read, taught me how to see all that was good in the world. He was a great man in a way.
But you killed people.
Sure. and I've suffered for it. And that's the life I left, or tried to leave. Said too much, Bonnie.
All right, let's head over to the cow pen. It's about time a budding farmer such as yourself learned how to herd cattle. Come on, boy.
Let's go.
Thank you for telling me all that back there. It must have been hard for you.
Hope you understand now why I've been playing my cards somewhat close to my chest.
I didn't know you had a wife and child. Then again, I don't think I ever asked. They're lucky to have a man like you.
I ain't so sure about that, but thank you.
Giddy up!
Good to see you, Miss McFarland.
Keep 'em moving.
He's got it.
Nice
Stay
job,
behind
Mr.
them,
Marston.
Herd the cows down the road. Pretend you know what you're doing.
Come on, you dumb heifer.
senor.
Go!
Look at the cowboy. Get y'all. Ain't that hard, is it?
This way. We need to take them out to the pasture.
I've been hearing about this midway. Come on. Easy. Come.
He's just showing off now. Nearly there. Keep going, Mr. Marston.
Large herd out to the far pasture. Keep sweeping behind them. That way they'll stay together. We're gonna lose the herd if you don't keep them together.
Come on!
You're not bad with the herd. Ranching might be your true calling, Mr. Marston. Either that, or you were a cow in a past life.
Thank you, Miss McFarland.
I'll see you later. I have work to do back at the ranch.
see how Dr. Fix.
Howdy.
There we go.
Yeah.
Go there.
Whoa, whoa.
Now you know I don't listen to that jibber jabber. Where's our order from Spaulding? That's arrived. Not bad, mine.
Excuse me.
Hey, hey, you got a visitor.
Shut up, you! And what you want?
My name's John Marston. You wanted to speak to me.
I did?
Apparently so.
Why?
I guess because we're both in the business of the law.
You that fella from the train company?
No, I'm from Fort Mercer.
Fort Mercer? You them, one of them Williamson boys.
Calm down.
Go on, shoot him, mister. Shoot him.
Come on, what, you getting kicked with me, boy?
What's going on here?
I got me one of them Williamson boys.
I got me one of them idiots who give marshals a bad name.
Jonah, put your gun down. You must be the man from Blackwater.
Yes, sir. Listen, that dog ain't too bright, but he seems loyal.
Jonah, get out of here for a minute.
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, sir. And you. Oh, I done seen enough of your hide around here, friend.
I think there's some school children down the way you can go and frighten.
Oh, hardy fucking har. Dickhead.
What are you doing here, Mr. Marston? Apart from frightening my deputies.
I'm here to capture or kill Bill Williamson.
Okay.
Can you help me?
He's outside my jurisdiction. He's in the next county. Of course, Bill Williamson and his boys have tended to keep themselves away from my town.
So you're happy to have him out there?
Well, I ain't happy, but I also ain't suicidal. My job is to keep this town safe, not clean up all of these 3 counties. It's hard enough around here.
You know, I hear you speak, and suddenly I'm reminded of how some of the people I respected most in my life had a problem with authority. What's wrong with you?
Well, I'm sure you and your fine friends have enjoyed spending your time running around pursuing noble causes. My cause is to keep this town from turning into a living hell for the folks who live here. The whole world has problems, mister, and I'm here doing what I can.
Why? What's happening?
Right now, I got the railway, the people who pay my salary, trying to get me to turn a blind eye to them burning down settlements up there. I got a bunch of cattle rustlers near Box Canyon needs shutting down. Not forgetting the gang that keeps murdering homesteaders out in the back country. And I got a bunch of hoods over in the saloon, drunk, threatening to shoot up the whole town. That's all I got today. But it's early yet. Give me a couple more days. There'll be more.
All right, tell you what. Let's go deal with them hoods in the saloon. Then we'll discuss Williamson.
Okay, boy. You're a persistent little cuss, ain't you?
Only when things matter.
The saloon's this way.
So who we looking for?
Bunch of 2-bit hoodlums, led by this fella called Walt. Goddamn road agents who prey on the stages coming in and out of town. Drivers in Armadillo spend more time with their hands in the air than on the reins these days.
And you're happy to let them drink in your saloon?
Happy? No. But the way I figure it, better they're carousing in there than out robbing decent folk.
There's the dumb rat bastard now. Let's follow him. See what kind of hole he crawls into.
Let's go, Marston. I've been after that son of a bitch for months.
Next week I'm gonna start making my
Come on.
own goddamn whiskey. Oh.
I'm getting after him. Catch me up.
Zapatero a sus zapatos. Puta a sus puterías.
Let's go. Easy. Let's go.
What are you doing back there, Marston?
If Walton's as bad as you say he is, why don't we just beef him now while we got the chance? Whoa!
Looks like we got company, boys.
Damn. Take cover. We'll work our way up this hill.
Over here, pussyfoot!
Move up to that wagon on your right. I'll cover you. Behind the crate, Marston. Close enough.
You're about to go meet your maker, and I doubt he's too happy with you.
You're outnumbered, Marshal!
Now move up to that crate. I'll cover you. Take that cover behind the rock, boy. You ain't getting away this time. What are you waiting for? Unload that thing.
You ain't getting there, Walton. Yeah.
I got you, boy. Make a move for that boulder.
Don't make me kill you!
Watch out for that sneaky bastard behind the outhouse. Over there. Now get behind that outhouse. Ain't sure we've seen the last of them.
Who's that woman you brought with you, Marshal? Blast you.
It's your day of reckoning, boys.
Nobody has to use Woody Swenson.
Come on, Marston. Get me the ball. This way. That's Walton inside the house. Let's see if we can take him alive. Nice shooting, boy. I'd have preferred him to swing. I guess beggars can't be choosers. At least we got him from him.
Not a bad shot, Mr. Marston. Why don't you check in with me next time you're in town?
I don't want to be no policeman, Marshal.
Nor did I, my friend. I can promise you that. I'll see you soon, Mr. Marston.
Yeah.
down! Come on! Come on! Come on! Go! Whoa there! Come on! Come on! Come on! Let's go!
$25 vào vải đáy.
You hear about the savages attacking that station? Get on in! Hang on to your artillery! Tell me where I'm to go. We've got a fair journey. I need a rest.
Ông lộn gì vậy? Xe taxi gì đâu.
Let's go!
Follow Charlie. He's a good one to sniff out trouble. Stick next to the dog, mister. Gonna be some ladies coming out on the Pacific Union, I hear.
Harley bears her teeth to do it.
Show me where he is. Sorry, mister.
Is that your fault or mine? Mine, I'm sure.
You're in trouble now, pal. Good team, boy.
Thank you kindly.
That big mountain lion down by the river killed another family last night. I can order. Be here in a couple of weeks.
If Drew McFarlane doesn't move with the times, he's gonna lose that ranch.
How are you doing? I heard a new stuff was burned to talk before they go.
Well, hello, Mr. Marston. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Did you meet my father? John Marston, this is my father, Drew McFarlane.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Marston. Please. So, my daughter informs me that you're here on some secret mission to remove some undesirables from the county.
Something like that. I'm grateful for the hospitality, sir.
Well, you know, we've lived here for 30 years now. Came here from the east. The land had never been settled. For 10 years, we fought the Indians. Tough men. Then we had outlaws, and we had drought, and we had smallpox, terrible winters, cholera. I buried more of my children than I raised.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
I've seen strong men wither and die under that unforgiving sun. That whole herds of cattle just take sick and die. But I've never once doubted my life here.
No, sir.
When I hear about this so-called federal government sending out agents to covertly murder and control people, then I start to worry. I mean, yeah, all right, Williamson is a menace, and men like him are the plague. But isn't a government agent a worse menace? And all that symbolizes, I mean.
You may be right, sir.
Well, you're a brave man. You're always gonna be welcome here. But you tell your friends out east that we don't want to live like that out here. That sneaking around and spying and secret missions. Right? It's preposterous.
Trust me, sir. I agree with you.
Good. Good. Well, we won't insult you any further. Come on, Bonnie, we got things to do.
Mr. Marston, do you want to join us? It's Daddy's favorite pastime. Apart from political discourse, that is.
What is?
Breaking in horses. Come on. I hear you're a pretty decent rider. For a city dweller, that is.
You're gonna need this, Mr. Marston. Right, now you got some rope on your belt. Let's see if we can't wrangle some horses.
Hello.
Giddy up!
Hello there.
Come on. You sure have some interesting theories on what the government's doing, sir.
They ain't theories, Mr. Marston. I saw the telegram Marshall got from Blackwater. It ain't exactly a state secret who sent you.
Well, is he wrong? I saw those men from the train.
The government can go to hell if you ask me. Those sons of bitches and steal a coin off a dead man's eye.
Mr. Marston!
He's right. Now, I don't know much about politics.
Please, Paul, can we just enjoy
But I
the
know
ride?
we're only as free as they say we are. Power's like a drink. The more you have, the more you want. And there's few men who can handle it.
There's certain things in this country a woman could do much better, if you ask me.
I ain't gonna argue with that, Miss McFarland. Come on.
There they are! Beauties! Come on, Mr. Marston!
Rope one of them for me, Marston!
Whoa there! Tomorrow,
You gonna use that rope or not? Throw that damn rope, Marston! Come on.
Come on now. Easy.
Hang on to that rope, Marston. Come on, boy. Get after another one. That's it. Keep a hold of it now. Giving him too much rope to play with. Come on, don't be afraid of that lasso. Hold on, Marston. Don't lose him. You almost had him there.
got you.
Wow! He's a fighter, that one. Hold tight. Coming to help you.
Come on, that's perfect range. Keep him steady.
Now, Marston, rope him.
Rope him. He's right there.
There he is. Do it now, boy. That's it. Now hold on to it. Show me what you got.
Steady.
You'll have this in no
This
time.
don't feel too good.
Let's see it, boy.
You're mine now.
He's at it, Mr. Marston.
Whoa.
Come on,
Look
then,
at the
cowboy.
mighty horse wrangler go.
Yeah. Whoa. Stay calm.
Come on, boy. Get after another.
Let's go.
Hang on to that rope, Marston.
Keep him still now.
Don't let him buck you, Mr. Marston. Lean into it.
Hold on.
Take it slow now.
Try
I got
not to
you.
lose him too much.
Come on, let's go.
That's it. Don't give up.
I got
Are
you
you
now.
trying to fix your own horse here?
Let's go.
Whoa there.
Slow it up now. Come on.
That's it. Keep a hold of him now.
Steady on that grip. You're
Here we
doing
go.
fine.
Almost got you.
Easy
It's all
now.
right. Come on. Nearly got you. Easy. I'm in trouble here. Relax now. Nearly there.
Look at that. We'll make a cowboy out of you yet. Let me take you from here. You get back on your own horse. Whew. I think that's enough activity for an old-timer like me. I'll take this one back to the ranch. See you later.
Come on, Mr. Marston. Let's rope another one.
Yeah.
Come on, rope one of them. You haven't got all day.
Come on.
Come on, then. Let's see if you can get another one. Whoa there.
Come on.
Come on, rope one of them. What are you waiting for? We haven't got all day. That's it. Hold it there. All yours. Hop on and show 'em who's boss. He's there for the taking.
Come on, baby. Calm down.
You're doing fine.
Whoa there. God
Keep
damn
at
it.
Mr. Marston.
That's it.
Try not to scoot
Easy
too
there.
much. You'll have this in no
Oh,
time.
shit. Come on. Calm
That's
yourself.
it. Don't give up. Look at that. Pure and natural. Nice work. I think that'll do it for today. Let's get back to the ranch.
Come.
Who'd have thought you'd be such a natural at busting broncos?
That was fun.
I think you could be a fine rancher one day, if you can bear to stop killing people for a living.
Sure.
Easy now. Well done, Mr. Marston. These are fine horses.
Hey, Bonnie. Amos was saying some horses been spotted somewhere outside of Armadillo.
Let's go, Mr. Marston. We can really do with those horses. Come on, Mr. Marston. Let's head for Armadillo.
You never did tell me why you were never married. Aside from the snobbery, that is.
You sure ask a lot.
I'm just surprised, that's all. You must have been quite a catch.
The fact that you're talking in the past says it all.
No, that's not what I mean. You must have had some suitors, that's all I'm saying.
Some, I suppose. Here and there. A ranch in the middle of Hennigan's Stead ain't really the place to find a husband. Amos, he's a little, well, you know, countrified.
Where'd you get your airs and graces, Miss McFarland?
From a couple of cheap governesses Pa hired to save us from being savages. I'd like to talk about more than just cattle and chickens sometimes, that's all. And after my brother left, it was up to me to become the man of the ranch. He'd never admit it, but my pa's a lot frailer than he looks.
You're worth two of any man I know, miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment.
In many ways, my wife is kind of like you, Miss McFarland.
Is that so?
She's always been a woman in a man's world.
You don't talk about her very much.
It's kind of painful, but she's never far from my thoughts.
Looks like the ranch hand's up ahead.
Go.
Let's drive them up the canyon, where it narrows. We'll trap them there.
close they are.
Hey, the stallion's getting away! Chase him down and bring him back! Go on! Don't let him get away!
Whoa! Come on! Go! Now stay calm! Let's go! Whoa! Come on! Come on! Yeah! Come on! Let's go! Hey now! Come! Whoa! up now. Let's go. Load up now. Relax now. Nearly there. This don't feel too good. Calm down now. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, damn. Almost got you. It's all right. Come on. Come on. Nearly got you. Oh, this ain't good. Easy there. Relax now. Nearly there. You were a wild one. Come on. Slow up. Whoa there.
Thanks for your help today, Mr. Marston. We got some fine horses. You know, why don't you keep that stallion as your own, as a thank you from all of us?
Thank you, ma'am. He's a fine animal.
Hay lắm. Tao mình. Rồi.
That's the flour. Let's go. Go!
Hello, mister.
Hello.
Darn freight train ran through again last night, about as loud as hell.